Odyssey's first sail of the season coincided with wildfire smoke drifting down from the forest fires raging in northern Ontario and Quebec towards Lake Ontario. We were at the marina in the morning on Canada Day, July 1st, where a blanket of wildfire smoke has created a hazy atmosphere as well as poor air quality. But we were keen to head out and go for our first sail of the season.
First sail. Look at this mess here. We got fenders all over the place. This is so annoying sometimes. Why do you have fenders on the boats?
Oh, they're just happy.
Yeah. Anyways,
Go in and out, put it away.
we got some fender holders. Or bags, if you want to call them that. Got some fender holders. This is where we're going to be storing. And that's it. Fenders are put away.
You want to put up the headsail now?
Yep.
And look how hazy it is from here. This is not fog. This is the effect of the wildfires in northern Ontario and Quebec. I'm gonna head up. It was a rather late start to our first sail of the season, with the weather forecast calling for variable light winds. So do you think that the reason it's hazy right now is because of the smoke coming from the forest fires in northern Ontario and Quebec?
I'm sure that's part of the reason. Obviously, I don't know, there's some sort of a low pressure. I recall hearing on the weather or news forecast yesterday that it was also basically keeping a lot of the smog down, a lot of this forest fire smoke and just general smog, not necessarily created by the forest fire, but created by us. So it's keeping all that very humid air down and creating this haziness combination.
Are you heading towards that mark over there?
No, I'm just trying to find my ticklers, but I'm constantly falling off.
So it's a very light wind today. It's not bad. At least we're moving, on average 2 knots. The wind is coming from the south, and usually when the wind is coming from the south, the water tends to be choppy, but it's relatively flat, which is good. We don't want to get seasick on our first day of sailing. been pretty light winds, and all we've been doing is just not bobbing along. We've been going about 1 knot, 2 knot, 1 knot to 2 knots, but at least we're amusing ourselves by swatting the flies.
Amusing, yeah.
Yeah, I got bitten by one already. These are biting flies. That's the one thing about sailing that I don't, or boating that I don't particularly like.
Well, if we have the wind, there's no flies. The problem is when there's no wind, the flies start harassing you. And right now we don't have too much wind. Wind's picking up a little bit now.
Then the wind died completely and we opted to return to port to avoid being bitten by the flies. So this is the end of our first day of sailing for 2023. Yay! Wasn't much of a sail really, but at least we got that first sail done. And it was a shakedown sail too. We motored for quite a bit, at least over 15 minutes at high RPM. So that's a good thing. We want to make sure that the diesel engine is working properly for our multi-day cruising that we're planning for this season. And that's pretty much it really. Most of the time we were just swatting the killer flies, and I meant the thirsty flies that were biting. So we're just on our way back to the marina, and we are going to just have lunch there, and then afterwards just hang out. Later that night, we waited for the city's July 1st Canada Day fireworks show just happening within sight of the marina. Of course, it was rather ironic to have a fireworks show while forest fires were blazing further up north and creating air quality advisories.
You may watch it, lie back, and watch them do work.
This is it for now. Come join us next time when we finally head wind in our sails. I put out videos of my sailing, travel, and outdoor adventures. If this interests you, tap on the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of a new video being published. For now, fair winds to all.